Right. So we're going to talk about slope, right? And slope is basically rate of change, right? So what is rate of change? If you have a graph, that looks like this, okay? And if you take 2 points, right? This is one x value, this is another x value. So if you go horizontally from one point to the other, right? How much does it change vertically? That's what slope is. It's rate of change. How much something changes vertically, right? It's a vertical change when you go over horizontally a little bit. So the formula that you've always seen for slope is this one, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So basically you have 2 points. You label them x1, y1, x2, y2, right? And then you plug it into the formula. So let's go ahead and do this first one. So I have 2 points here, negative 3, 8, 4, 2. You first want to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Always take the time to do this. You might spend, a fraction of a second, but you know what? It'll be so much worth it. So m is equal to y2 minus y1, right? So now label. Y2 is 2 minus how much is y1? 8 over 4 minus negative 3. So be careful about the negatives, right? And then it'll be a plus, right? So 2 minus 8, negative 6 over 7, and that's it. Never put it in decimal, right? Always simplified fraction. Okay, this one. 3, negative 5, 6, negative 5. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So M is Y2, which is negative 5, minus negative 5, over X2, 6, minus X1, 3. Yep. Right. So negative 5 plus 5 is 0 over 3. What's 0 divided by a number? 0. So you say m is 0. Okay? Yep. So here, m equals, all right, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay? Negative 6 minus 1 over 8 minus 8. So in the numerator, yeah. Tell me.
No, I was going to say the answer for you.
Yeah, tell me. Negative 7 over 0, which is how much?
0.
No solution.
It's undefined, right? Because you can never divide by 0. Okay? So this is undefined. Right? Because you have a 0 in the denominator. Okay? Never divide by 0. That's a meme. There are t-shirts out of it. It says everything is fine until somebody divides by 0. Right? Mm-hmm. Never divide by 0. Okay. So what about this next one? M is x1. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2. 1 minus 4. Negative 3 plus 3.
0.
Undefined again, because we're going to get negative 3 over 0 undefined. Right? So we don't say no solution because technically there is a solution. You just can't know what it is. Right? So it's undefined. And you can abbreviate as UND or it's just undefined. Okay. These, you could do the same thing. Okay? You could also do rise over the run. Right? Rise over the run. So the way in which you do this is you have 2 points here. When you look at your graph, you have to pick the leftmost point. You start with that one. So the point to the left is this one. You have to go from here to the next one. And then, so to go from the first to the second point, I need to go up a little bit. How much do I go up? 4. And if I go up, that's a positive 4. And then I go over a little bit, 2. If I go to the right, that's a plus 2. So slope will be 4 over 2, positive 2. Okay, so before I take your question, if you go up or if you go to the right, that's the positive direction. If you go down or if you go to the left, that's the negative direction. Okay, yes?
So for those types of problems, you can't use the m equals y2 y1.
You totally can. You can do x2, x1, y1, x2, y2. It'll give you the same answer. This might be a little bit quicker. But, you know, whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Sunny, question? Oh. Yes. So I'm going to go from the leftmost point to the other point. So from here to here, I have to go up a little bit, 4, and then to the right, 2. Right? So up 4 over 2, 4 over 2. Yeah.
We did it the y2, y1 way. We do the left side. It's the 1.
So it really doesn't matter. You can make this x1, y1, x2, y2, or you could do it the other way. They come out to be the same as, it doesn't matter. If you do x1, y1, x2, it really doesn't matter. Right? So you know how like for this one, I made this x1, y1 and this x2, y2? If I were to switch it, I would get the same answer. Just like switch it consistently. Yeah.
I was just wondering when we were going to get our test back so we can see what we got wrong.
Oh, not now.
No when.
I do know, but now we're gonna do this. Maybe at the end of class, huh?
Doesn't matter which point you start from for E and F.
Yeah, if you're doing it with the rise and the run, start with the leftmost point and go to the other point. So I'm gonna start with the one to the left, this one. So here, to go to the other point, I have to go down. And when you go down, that's negative 1. And then I have to go to the right, that's positive 4. Right? So slope is negative 1 over 4. Okay?
So it's always vertical first.
Yes, rise over the run. Okay, so if we take a look here, look at the slopes, look at the values of the slopes we got. Some of them were positive and some of them were negative, right? Let's see what that means. If you have a positive slope, that line will increase. If you look at it left to right, it will increase to the right, right? So lines with a positive slope increase to the right. Lines with a negative slope decrease to the right. Remember, always read graphs from left to right, like English, okay? Lines with 0 slope are horizontal. So let's think about that for a minute. Remember how I said in the very beginning, if I pick 2 points, right? And if I go over horizontally, I want to know how much it changed vertically. So from going, you know, from the first red point to the second red point, how much did it change vertically? Did it change at all vertically? No, there is 0 change, right? So there is 0 slope, okay? And then an undefined slope is a vertical line, okay? All right, so here, the first one, would you expect the slope to be positive or negative? Positive. All right, so to find the slope, we can do rise over run, or you can do the formula. You have to pick 2 points. Any 2 points will work, but if you want to make it easy on yourself, pick points that are at the corners, right? So for example, like this one is at a corner, this one is at a corner. Do you see that? Like it's at the corner of like the two grid points. Yeah, you don't get a fraction, right? Like for example, you see like this one here, I wouldn't choose that one because I don't know what value that is, right? So I'm going to choose this one and this one. And now what we do is, okay, from here to here, I go up to, is that positive?
You can choose any one?
You can choose any 2 points, yeah. Just make them on the, like, make sure they're like not fractions. So I'm going to go up to, and how much do I go over?
To the right.
3. Is it positive or negative? Positive 3. So the slope will be 2 over 3. Okay?
There could be multiple answers for that question.
No.
You said
No matter, right. Any 2 points that
if
you
I
choose,
simplified it,
it doesn't matter. Any 2 points that you choose. So, for example, if I chose this one, like if I choose this one and this one, right? Look at this one and this one. Up to over 3.
what if you
Now, okay, so what if you choose,
Then simplify it.
yep, what if you choose these two? Then I go up how many? 6. How much do I go over?
Oh, so it would just be simplified.
9. 6 over 9, 2/3. Yeah,
What if
okay?
you start from the right point?
Then you get a negative. It'll be negative 2/3. It'll be the opposite sign. If you start from the right and go to the left, you would go negative 9. What do you call it?
Negative 6.
Yeah, but it might not work out, right? Like, be very consistent. Okay? Other questions? Okay, so what about the next one?
0 slope.
0 slope. It's a horizontal line. It's a 0 slope. Okay, here, should it be positive or negative? Negative. So, you know what? For this one, we could just pick the intercepts. This one and this one, right? I go down how much? 4 and over? Negative 4 over 2, right? So negative 2. Yeah, who had a question?
Undefined.
I do.
Okay, hang on. So the last one, vertical line, is undefined. Okay? All right. I'll take Gavin first and then Sunny. Go.
I thought I remember like if it's like a line like that, you just do like the x-axis. Like you put like -3
For which one?
for B.
For B? Oh, that's if you are writing the equation of the line. The equation of the line would be y equals -3, but the slope is 0. Yeah. Okay. And your homework, by the way, is going to be a worksheet for this one too. One sec.